Have you ever felt something at work is wrong or feels a little bit off, but you haven't quite had the words to name what that thing is? Sometimes that gap is exactly what keeps a lot of us stuck, especially those of us who are neurodivergent, for years. Hi, I'm Brett, the Audi Boss, and on this channel, I talk about autism and ADHD in the workplace. I'm Brett. I have over 12 years of leadership training and experience. I spent those 12 years leading a mostly neurodivergent team in corporate environments, building tools to help each and every single one of them close that gap so that they felt highly engaged in their work and get them to roles where they were happy and felt really engaged. I've also brought a lot of those techniques to the coaching that I do with the Audi Boss. But outside of those meetings with my old team and coaching, I haven't really shared access to what those techniques are until now. For a lot of those years I was leading teams, I worked and developed these frameworks into conversations with my teams in one-on-ones and small group meetings, and I shared these techniques with other managers that I worked with. That framework brings to light for what a lot of us have struggled naming in terms of the things that drain us in the workplace, but also, and more importantly, the things that give us energy and spark us in our job and the things we want to do in a job. So what's draining you? What's giving you energy? What are the walls you keep hitting? And do you need tools to help start that conversation to get moving again? These techniques worked so well over my 12 years of managing teams that I shared them with other managers, but what those other managers didn't have were how I framed this and the experience and the sort of connected conversations of how the tool actually works. They never had the tool itself, so here it is. This is it. It's my new workbook, Drains and Sparks, an AuDHD workplace workbook. Finally figure out what you need at work and the words to ask for it. Everything I built, everything I refined for over a decade leading teams, I've put together into this short but powerful workbook so that you could have it in your hands and do this work on your own if you want to. It sits down and goes through your role. We evaluate your strengths, the things that are costing you energy, the things that are draining you in the workplace, and how in particular, as an autistic or ADHD or AuDHD individual, those things are impacting our nervous system. And then how the job gives back, where the energy is coming back to you, and how you work with others, which is a critically important part of how we show up at work every day and how it pulls on our neurodivergent needs. Then how to take all of that and shift it into a conversation that you can then have with yourself, with your boss, how to unmask a little bit for yourself, how to decide if you want to go have that conversation with your boss or if you want to go look for a new job, and how to have those conversations in the job interview process. After I left my job in corporate and I needed to figure out what the next role was for me, I sat down, I went right back to this framework, and I started to work through it myself, which is a part of what's included in this workbook. Not only do you get the workbook itself and the whole framework, you also get a video that goes along with it. I go through the whole framework with you in a special video, which you can purchase alongside with the workbook, where I walk through what every single question is, a little bit of the neurodivergence behind each one of those questions, and I give a little bit of insight about how I'm reflecting on those questions as well. In that companion video, you can see how it's working and how it works for me and how I'm working through that process. It's essentially like getting a coaching session with me, but pre-recorded and with a workbook companion that helps you figure out a lot of answers, real answers that are coming from you. This is how coaching should work. It's me giving you strategies and ideas and techniques, but then you providing the answers as you go through the process to figure out what are your needs? What do you need at work? And what do you not need at work? So I have them in 3 different versions. You can get the workbook itself with the video for $35. You can get the workbook on its own without the video if you don't want to sit with me and go through the video with me. Or if you don't want the workbook and you just want to have the video, I've offered the video up as well for a slightly different price. But I will stress the bundle is the best deal. For $35, you can get the workbook and the bundle, and is definitely worth checking out. All 3 are linked in the description below. If something isn't working for you, if you're trying to find a new job, if you're trying to figure out what you should do next with your career, if you're trying to figure out what to do in your current job and you're just not quite sure, this is the work that helps you start figuring those questions out, and it helps you start figuring those answers out. Those things you can't quite name, the work here is going to help you figure those things out and name them specifically. This is where you need to start. Check out the link below in the description, and I hope you'll tell me what you think about it. Go check it out. Come back here. Post in the comments what you think about it. Let other people know about it. And thanks for checking this out. And while you're here, be sure to check out some of the other videos that we're talking about here on this channel. And if something comes up for you in this process, let me know and I'll make a video about it. I'm Brett the Audio Boss. If you want to reach out for more on coaching, corporate work, me speaking about neurodivergence in the workplace, in your workplace, or through a DEI or HR need, check out audioboss.com for more, or click on the link below and let me know how I can help you in the workplace. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to check out some of the other videos while you're here.